Hello, it's Sonia here with The Pretty Stitch. Welcome to my channel. If this is your first time joining me, I'm so happy to have you here. Today's video is going to be another update video. I've been working on a series called Bust My Stash, and every month I feature a bin of yarn because I have so much yarn and I try to see what I can make out of that bin. So today's video I'm going to show you the October bin and see, how much progress I've made, if it's thinned out a bit, which it really hasn't. And I will show you the November bin. And I can't believe we're almost to December, so only 2 more bins to go. And then sometime in January, I'll have a wrap-up video, and it'll be kind of fun to see actually what I've accomplished and made during this whole series. It's been fun. There's definitely been some things that I've made. I certainly have a whole lot of yarn. It's going to take a long time to get through this stash, but it's definitely helped me to be more creative with my pattern making or coming up with projects. And today I'm also going to show you some projects that I have finished and some things that I'm working on. So I'm going to show you one that I'm currently working on. Coming up in December, I'm going to have a video series called 12 Days of Warmth. So last year, when I first started getting this channel going, I came up with a series called 12 Days of Hats, and it was pretty well received. I really appreciate the support, so I thought I would do another one. So it's going to be 12 Days of Warmth. So it won't just be hats. There's going to be hats for sure, and then I have a mittens pattern, I think a scarf pattern. So anything in the warm, cozy category is what it's going to consist of. So I'm going to try to get as many of those patterns tested. I will have written patterns for them. Last year I did it in such a hurry, the series. I came up with it literally in November, and within 2 weeks filmed 12 patterns and wrote 12 patterns, and I would not recommend. So some of them I know are not completely error-free. I mean, the videos you should be fine making it, but the patterns, they're not the worst, but at least there's a video that you can help you with that. So hopefully these will be a lot better. So this first one, I'll give you a little sneak peek. This is going to be a hat pattern, and it's going to be using like a tapestry crochet technique, and this is going to be a video and a written pattern. And on the written pattern there will be a chart. I do not go over the chart during the video. I tried that and it just kind of wasn't well received. So charts, people don't like charts in videos, so we're not going to do that. But yeah, this will be a hat pattern coming up. So my next project is something that I finished. Sorry, the hair, COVID hair, it's not been cut in over a year and it's crazy, but sorry about that. So anyway, my next project that I did finish, and I did show you last video the progress, and this one is finished. So here we have a scarf pattern here that I made, and if you recognize some of the pictures on here, they are similar, like here, to what's on the hat. The hat here is the hat, so the snowflakes, look very similar to these snowflakes because they're the same snowflakes. So this scarf will actually match the hat. I'm not going to include this in the 12 Days of Warmth because you really need to work off of charts, and it would be too hard to make a video with all these charts where the hat pattern is really one chart and these have 3 different charts. So I will just have a written pattern for this. I'm not sure when I'm going to have it out, but I will certainly link it once I do. And the nice thing with this, it's reversible. So here's the one side, here's the other side. It's a very simple technique. It kind of reminds me of double knitting. If anyone is a knitter out there and has ever seen double knitting, it's kind of like the crochet's take on double knitting. And I think it's a whole lot easier than double knitting if you are a knitter. And I have tried double knitting, and it's a great technique. It's kind of hard. So anyway, yes, so here's this scarf. My next 3 things that I'm going to show you, it's all the same pattern. I just made 3 of them, and it is going to be a little sneak peek of 12 Days of Warmth. So this pattern will be included in that, and it also features a stitch of the week, and it uses this stitch for the pattern. So here is one of them. I'll just show them. Sneak peek here it's a hat pattern. So here's the one, and I like this pattern because you can certainly use up scraps of yarn. So literally you have your main color here, which I used brown, and then every row is a different color, and I was able to use up quite a bit of yarn. So just like little bits of yarn, you only need a couple yards if you wanted to make something similar. Or you can do it, I made one like this, where the main color is mostly the blue, and then I just added a little bit of tan. So you can kind of mix and match however you want. And then there's one more, same with the green, and I didn't add a pom-pom with this. I used the green and, you know, just added a little bit of the more like neon type green in here. And I really like this pattern because I mostly wear glasses, not when I crochet because I'm very nearsighted and it's a lot easier for me to have my glasses off. And it's hard for me now with being older in contacts, not that you need to know that, because then I need reading glasses and it's just a whole big mess. But the reason why I'm mentioning glasses is a lot of times it's difficult for glasses wearers, at least it is for me, to wear hats because it kind of is tight on the head and it hurts. Where this pattern is really comfortable if you wear glasses. So just a little thing out there. So if you're a glasses wearer and feel like you can't wear hats, you might be able to wear this one because I do find it's quite a comfy hat, and it's not like, you know, pressing, you know, the arms of your glasses into your head like some hats are. I mean, sometimes I do wear my contacts so I can wear a cute hat. Okay, so I'm going to show you my next pattern, or my next project. It will be a pattern. All of these are going to be, that I'm showing you today, except for the scarf, is going to be part of the 12 days of warmth. So if you see a pattern that you're interested in, you know, just keep watching. Sometime in December, I'm not sure if it's going to be like 12 days, you know, leading up to Christmas, or December 1st. It depends. I'm, you know, trying to get these patterns filmed and written and, you know, proofread, and some of them I'm trying to get tested just to get all the bugs out. So we'll see if it's December 1st or closer to Christmas, but they will all be eventually out before Christmas. So my next pattern is actually, my next hat pattern is actually the most favorite hat that I've ever made. And I've made a lot of hats, but this one, I just love this hat. And I love the yarn that I was able to use for it, and I just love the pattern. I just love how it turned out. So here we are, and again, it matches the wall, sorry about that. But it's that like mustardy color. I guess it's kind of trendy. But I just love this hat. I just think it's cute. I love the yarn. The yarn, I have the label, where is it? The yarn was Cascade Yarns, Alpaca Lana Doro. It's just such a nice yarn. I actually had won this yarn. I did a contest a few years ago. I used to belong to a designer group on Ravelry, and every month they would have a contest where they would have like a theme, and then you would design something along that theme, and then people would vote, and you know, whoever won would win some yarn. And on one month I won, and I won this yarn, and that was really nice because this is, I think, quite expensive yarn, and I was sitting for a while and I was just waiting for the right pattern to use it because there wasn't that much, and I had just enough to make this hat. So I just really love this hat, and this hat does utilize a stitch of the week. It's a third loop, half double crochet. It does also have some post stitches, so I can link that stitch below if you're interested in seeing what it looks like. And then this hat will be out. I do have two other patterns that use this stitch. One was part of 12 Days of Hats last year, and then I made a matching cowl, so I can link those as well. So I made a yellow one, and then I do have a red one here. So here's the red one, and I really like both of them. I mean, I just love the yellow one. It's just, and I don't usually like yellow that much, but I really love that hat. So, but this one's cute too. This one, I'll probably donate this one. And the way this stitches, it's a very warm hat, so this would be a really nice one, you know, if you live in a very cold climate. So yeah, these guys will be coming. And I have two more things to show you. I'm making mittens again for 12 Days of Warmth. So here is the one mitten. I'm still working on the other one, and then this is like a prototype. So hopefully we're not looking like oven mitts here. I always have that fear when I make mittens that they look like oven mitts and not mittens, because you don't want to walk around looking like you're wearing oven mitts. I don't know. It's probably, I'm just weird that way. So yes, my daughter thinks these are cute. This is some yarn I had in my stash. It's like very neon, bright, loud, red heart, super saver. And so I don't know if you can see, you know, the design in the middle that well with this yarn, and it might not even be picking up on camera how bright this yarn is, but it's quite bright. But I think it's cute, and I'm working on the other one. So yeah, this will be part of 12 Days of Warmth. And then my last project is a hat pattern again, and will be part of 12 Days of Warmth. So this is, I think, a real fun one. It's kind of like a mesh. It utilizes chain stitches, very basic stitches. So if you are a beginner crocheter, this hat is pretty much made up of single crochet, chain stitches, slip stitch, and half double crochet. And that's it. And it just creates a really fun fabric, like a, you know, this chain, like a herringbone type look on here. And it's slightly mesh, like you can probably see through it a little bit, but it's actually a very dense hat. So if you're thinking that this hat wouldn't be very warm, it really kind of is. It's very deceptive that way. So it might not look that warm, but it's quite warm. And then I just added a little pom-pom on there. So yeah, this is going to be another pattern in 12 Days of Warmth. So we're plugging along there with, I guess I'm almost halfway through. I have 5 patterns that I'm currently working on, and so hopefully I have 7 more to go. So yeah, so now we are going to be looking at the bins. So I'm going to show you the October bin. You can see the progress, if any, and then I will show you the November bin. Okay, so here we have the October bin. So as you can see, still looks pretty full. I did use some of these. I'm working on a blanket. Hopefully it'll be part of 12 Days of Warmth. And someone had gifted me a whole bunch of knitted squares in all different colors in this yarn. It's not super soft. I'm not even sure what kind of yarn it is. And I thought they were all in one bag, but they're not. I'm finding these random squares in different bins. So here's another one. So yeah, I'll set that aside because I'm actually using that right now. It fell on the floor. But yeah, so yeah, we still have this pretty like peachy yarn that I need to figure something out. More thread. This was, I think, a swatch of something that I was working on, and I don't think it ever panned out. So, so yes, definitely have quite a bit of work to do on this guy. But yep, here we go, the October bin. So now I'll show you the November bin. So here we have the November bin. I just opened this. I don't know what's in here. So what do we see? We have some of this multicolored blue. It's like a decate weight, and I actually did use some of this to make a scarf a few years ago. Turned out quite nice, so maybe I'll make another scarf out of this. And here is some weird, well, it's not weird, it's fuzzy. It doesn't feel like mohair. I'm not a fan of real fuzzy yarn, but not quite sure what to do with it, so we'll have to get creative. And here's some more like mohair-like yarn, but it's, again, not mohair. It's definitely softer. Well, I know some mohair can be soft. I just don't like this kind of yarn. But I need to figure out what to do with it. And then we have this fun red heart multicolored, I guess, kids. I don't even know if they make this anymore. In here. I guess this is mostly, looks like, missing label, decate weight. Oh, well, this is definitely mohair, and I like this. Ugh, hate mohair, but you know, we'll figure something out. Yeah, mostly I think worsted weight with a little bit of decate weight, and then this is some type of like thread, I guess. It's not made out of cotton. I think I don't know what this stuff is. I've used this before, and it doesn't, it's a really pretty hand, but if you need to block it, it doesn't block very well. So it might be some form of acrylic that, like a regular, you know, with cotton yarn or cotton thread, you know, you just stretch it out, lay it out, and it blocks like really nicely once it dries. With this stuff, not so much. It kind of, you stretch it out, lay it out to dry, and then it just springs back in. So maybe like a nice denser stitch with this guy. Maybe some headbands or something. But yes, here we go with the, hard to believe, November bin. One more to go. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I thank you so much for watching.
Okay, so here we have the November, I'm sorry. Blah, 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 blah. So again, all of these are going to be 12 days of hats, or not 12 days of hats, oven mitts and not mittens, because you don't want to walk around looking like you're wearing oven mitts.